Are they fucking Hellraiser for all I know? Oh, come on. And another thing that really pisses me off is that they're actually ripping off Super 13 movie, which I also do have in my collection over here with Fuse Reborn. If you think about it, it took two 17s, even though one's not supposed to be an android, to be Super 17. It took three androids, which is one 13, another one's 14, and another one's 15. It took all of them to merge into each other, which two of them were destroyed in that process to become this android. I honestly thought for a long while that this android was stronger than Super 17. Of course, some people will be like, no, just because Super 17 can absorb energy. Well, the reason why I thought that Super 13 would always win is because his energy cannot be absorbed directly by Super 17, which would have given him a huge advantage in the fight. If you were like Goku and shit like that, your energy would have been directly absorbed, and then the whole thing would start turning against you, and you wouldn't even realize it. You know, it's just so screwed up with that whole thing. God, how do you say his name again? Doctor. Let me just say the doctor from the old VA to make things clear. Okay, basically, I just realized that it's ripping off the Android saga. If you think about it, yes, Dr. Giro's in both of them, and so is 17, and he ends up getting killed by 17. What the pictures say, and Android 18's involved with both of them. Even though this time around she's good and she's older looking, rather than looking younger and hot. But that's just me saying that. I didn't say this before in the refill, so I'll say it here right now. Dr. Mew seems to be a mix between Dr. Giro and Dr. Rookie from the first OVA, which I already stated is 2 episodes put together. Well, sort of put together, but you need to watch them both to understand what's going on with that, since that is, in fact, based on a game that was only Japan. But I did read somewhere that movie is supposed to come out in America and with the English stuff, so hopefully we do get that, no matter how bad it actually did suck. As bad as it did suck in Bio Brawly, I really want to watch those two, and probably some of the other works, like the live-action Dragon Ball movies, both the unofficial and the official ones, then probably watching this whole anime ever again. This anime is just so effing horrible. I can't even describe it even closer than I am right now. I just realized something, but it's not part of this saga I'm looking into right now. It's the previous one I just finished. It's the last thing I forgot to add in there. And here it is. Baby was also ripping off Vegeta Saga, because there was a point in the fight between Goku and Vegeta, he had to turn into Abe to fight him, but this time around Baby was controlling him. And so the things were pretty much the same. The tail ended up getting cut off, and yeah, pretty much that's what happened. But of course, that didn't fully end the fight in that one. But it nearly did here, and yeah, look what happened to Baby. You're dead. Yeah, thank you. You annoyed the shit out of me. Alright. Now, I also forgot to bring this up, but I'll bring it up anyway. I already did say that there is Black Star Dragon Balls, but I didn't tell you exactly much about the Shenron for that. You can consider that one to be the Black Star Shenron. Now, I already said the rules for the Dragon Ball, so I don't need to say that again. Basically, it looks like he's a redder, bigger Shenron. That's all he really is, one with those rules applied. So this Shenron was... It kind of sucked in some areas, but the overall look looked so much better than the traditional Shenron, or Promenera, from Namek, New Namek to be exact. So, now, what I wanted to bring up is the last saga. The one that I think was just, what the fuck? Flat out, what the fuck? I don't even know what they were thinking. And, yeah, I was just upset with it. This one is Shadow Dragon Saga. Oh, Christ. I got a lot to say about this one. I'm not kidding. This one I really couldn't stand for many reasons. So I'm going to try to say as much as possible without getting flippin' pissed about it. So let's get into this no good piece of shit of a saga. Probably one of the worst sagas they ever had in Dragon Ball history. Let's start this off by saying that you thought Black Star Shenron was the only evil Shenron they actually brought into the picture here. Believe it or not, because of Hell got into the world, the Dragon Ball is cracked. Now, here's something that didn't make sense. In Fuse Reborn, Now, at one point, that happened with the Dragon Ball, so that's kind of debatable if that's actually possible or not. But here's the thing, though. This Shenron, Black Smoke Shenron, which is from these Dragon Balls getting filled with too much negative energy. I'm talking about the regular ones, not the Black Star Dragon Balls. And this dragon comes up, he acts like an asshole, and he turns into 7 little dragons. As you would think that would be stupid. Oh boy, we haven't even hit to where it gets flat out stupid. Oh Christ, we can't even hit that mark until I get to the last couple of dragons. So, with that being said, there's a lot of dragons I had to bring up here. Now, I'm not too familiar with the names, so I'm gonna go by like a specific number for a lot of them. So I'm sorry if I end up screwing them up, but I will do some research to make sure I don't say the wrong star for the dragons I'm talking about. So hopefully you will understand which one I am talking about, and I will even tell you if I like any dragons at all during this whole process. Basically, they had to fight 7 dragons. If they don't defeat these 7 dragons, then what's going to happen is the world ends again. But that's not the only thing that's happen. All the planets in that universe is also going to be destroyed following Earth. What the fuck? It's a big crusade that they're going to do that. And the first dragon they fight was definitely the weakest one. His strength was poison. And he's a 2-star dragon. And you would probably think, oh, he would have been stronger, but no. They had kind of mixed up. Like, when you usually see numbers and you would think, okay, the lowest one is the weakest and the strongest must be the strongest. You would think the same thing with the Espada thing, right, for Bleach? But I found out that 10 isn't really 10 at all. No, 10 was actually 0, and he ended up being stronger than Coyote. So it's like, what the shit, man. Now, just to be clear, I did look up a little bit into the manga they had on YouTube for that information. But of course, they weren't that specific which one was really stronger than the other. And what happens is you're confused. You're like, okay, how exactly am I supposed to tell which ones are the really strong ones? It just makes no sense. I didn't like the 5-star one, which I believe is Verticity and Blob. I didn't really like, I didn't like 7 that much either, who can take the bodies of people and even grant wishes. That one I could just care less about. But I did like the only girl dragon there. She was pretty cool. She had wind, even though she was embarrassed with her wishes. Even though Goku was laughing about it, I honestly didn't find any reason to laugh at such a wish. I thought the wish was just flat out perverted. And I know it insults a lot of women out there that probably like this show. Well, maybe not presumably this show, but the first 2 Dragon Balls and 2 were more likely. Let's see what else. I like Nova, who's supposed to be the 4-star one, and then I think his twin brother was the 3rd-star Dragon Ball. They look alike, except Nova is the fire, and Aldous is pretty much the ice. Now, I said that was introduced by stars, but it turns out I do recall some of their names, so I'll just say the ones I do recall offhand. Let's see, is there anyone else I missed besides the 1-star dragon, who is probably the only one that really stands out in my opinion, and is a complete asshole. So, I'm going to take a minute here to think of if there's any other ones I missed during this whole process.